The witness will suspend. The committee will come to order. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individuals from the hearing room. Members of the audience are reminded disruptions will not be tolerated. Members of the audience are reminded disruptions will not be permitted while the committee conducts its business. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individuals from the hearing room. That was a made for C-SPAN moment.
If anyone's breaking the law in this situation, it's not members of Congress, it's the Department of Homeland Security. It's people like Tom Homan and Secretary Kristi Noem. You lay a finger on someone, on Representative Bonnie Watson Coleman, on Representative, or any of the representatives that were there, you lay a finger on them, we are going to have a problem.
What's your response, Mr. Homan?
First of all, you can't intimidate me. Come on, give me a break. You know, I was enforcing it. I was wearing a green uniform, Border Patrol agent, for 5 years before she was even born. I had more than 3 decades enforcing immigration law before she became a member of Congress. I worked for 6 presidents. I've seen policies, I've seen hundreds of policies. Some worked, some didn't. But you can't deny the success of the Trump administration when it comes to border security. Again, the most secure border in the history of this nation. And I said from day one, and she knows this, you can not support ICE, shame on you. You can support sanctuary cities, shame on you. But you can't cross the line. You can't knowingly impede ICE law enforcement officers. That is a felony. You can't harbor and conceal, knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from ICE. That is a felony. And you certainly can't commit criminal trespass. You know, and as far as New York, her district, this administration has done more to protect her district than she has. The number of criminal aliens we took off the streets of New York made her community much safer. She ought to be thanking the members of this administration, the men and women of ICE who protect this country and make her community safer. So, you know, it's politics over public safety. It's just ridiculous. She ought to love her community more than she hates Trump, because we're doing a lot to protect her community.
What happens if they were to go and arrest these members, or if they would try to sanction them during the House of Representatives?
They'll find out.
What would you do, though?
They'll find out.
What recourse? I mean, but doesn't that broach a...
They'll find out.
Doesn't that go across...
That's a red line.
What's the red line, though? I mean, I know we have the...
It's a red line. It's very clear.
I took an oath to protect the Constitution of this great nation. I'm an immigrant who came to this country with just $20 in my pocket.
Yeah, this is
the United States has given me so much. I love America, and I will do anything to protect our Constitution and our democratic values. Donald J. Trump has been committing crimes since day one: bribery, corruption, taking power from Congress, creating an unlawful office in DOJ, violating First Amendment rights, ignoring due process, and finally refusing to abide by a unanimous Supreme Court ruling. Just as I stand here in the House of Representatives, Mr. Trump is traveling to the Middle East to accept a gift worth $400 million from a foreign government. I have spoken with Americans all over the country.
Gentleman's time has expired. And members are reminded to refrain from engaging in personalities toward the president. For what purpose does the gentleman from Michigan rise or seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I rise to give notice of my intention to raise a question.
He barely speaks English.
I'm sorry, we supposed to listen to that?
I'm trying to figure out.
Like, be for real though. I understand what you're saying, bro. But we supposed to listen to that shit?
No, I didn't say that. I said I was against immigrants. I said I was first generation.
What is a naturalized citizen?
The only reason I say first generation, because if they turn around and start advocating for this, that's a betrayal.
I can't believe he's actually in the United States government.
It's sitting a geet from a foreign government.
No, that's not Dearborn.
So this is y'all's plan? Like,
it says where Detroit, Lincoln Park, and Romulus, Michigan.
He's representing his
shouldn't be
district.
here. He
But my
shouldn't be in our
problem
government.
is, I mean, this is not. I'm not gonna argue with this because this is literally going nowhere. Like, I don't understand what y'all plan is. What is Hakeem saying? You guys have no plan for anything. You guys did a filibuster
They'll
for
find
24
out.
hours.
They'll find
you guys
out.
I mean, y'all have been tearing them down since before the election. You like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. If you was not born in the United States, you should not be in our government, bro. He spent 24 years in India and then came to the United States.
That is a problem.
He should not be.
I'm reading it right
But
now.
he got elected, man. Once you get your citizenship, man, you're allowed to get
Bro,
elected.
I just gotta keep it
It's
100.
mostly black and white people in his district.
I gotta keep it 100. I don't think all citizenships are equal. I think if you're born here, your citizenship is way more
Then
valid.
that's not freedom.
Why is that crazy to say?
I mean, I'm just.
Can when we
being-
go to another country and get in their government?
No.
If you're
That's
a citizen, maybe.
Listen, I think
You think
you're-
if I'm
I
a
think
citizen
I think
in
if
any
you're
other
born
country-
a citizen, it's different than if you become a citizen. I just got to keep it 100. Like, yeah,
It
we're all
is,
citizens, but it's
technically
different.
not. Technically,
I mean, yeah,
it is.
technically speaking, like it's not. But this is why I say foreign
Because you got
people
to be
should be in
born
our
here to
government.
run for president.
Yes, I think it should be the same for all levels of government.
Then hey, that's a great take. I feel like, but I don't think
I think
because it's a representative, bro. You know.
But he's in government.
Yeah.
He
But
doesn't represent me.
Oh, he's not
I don't,
even.
I don't
what
even
is
look
he?
at him and see an American.
Wait,
I don't even listen to him and see an American.
Birthright citizenship is the biggest, costliest scam in financial history. An illegal alien can come here 9 months pregnant or on a tourist visa, 9 months pregnant, have a baby. That baby is then declared an automatic citizen, which then entitles the entire family to come here and live here, and every one of them
And
can
benefits.
get welfare. Yes, they can get unlimited welfare, applying as the custodian of this citizen, so-called child. The biggest financial ripoff of Americans in history, not to mention the fact that it is the #1 magnet for illegal immigration and invasion, and that is used by foreign governments to conduct espionage against the United States. Because now, see, we can keep out a foreign spy who has a visa, who's trying to get permission to board an airplane. But what happens when a foreign government uses this ridiculous birthright scam in order to create automatic citizens who then grow up as assets of a foreign government? So it's a major national security threat. The 14th Amendment, the provisions in question were ratified for the children of freed slaves. You can go read the minutes of the debate. They were talking about the children of freed slaves after the Civil War.
Yeah, no, you're 100%
The idea
right.
that this was meant
Yes.
to provide illegal alien children with automatic citizenship. Do you really think that in the 19th century, 3/4 of states all got together to pass an amendment to say that people that Congress has forbidden from entering here can have automatic children citizens? I mean, the idea is so far beyond even the outer limits of imagination. No human being who suggests it should be taken seriously.
They voted him.
Wow, man, I don't understand what's their plan here.
This guy's not an American. I'm not trying to insult anybody. I understand we have immigrants who come to America and help make America a great place. I have no problem with that. But I don't think you should be able to come over here and be in our government and try to be on the table with people that make the laws and stuff.
Well, UK, they approve it. They allow you to do
Who?
this. The UK.
I guess.
The UK
I mean,
is super woke.
I guess. I just think we have to start drawing a line somewhere. We got to be a little bit.
Let me
strict.
check. Let me check China. Let me see.
No, hell no, you can't in China. Hell no.
Hey, I just want to make sure, buddies.
China even controls who gets on their
It says,
internet.
it says China you can if you have a dual
damn.
citizenship. It says
What?
yes,
You could be a
it's possible.
representative. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just a
China.
representative. That's why I don't take him serious.
It's possible
bro. Like,
if
you
you're
can't
born in the
impeach.
yes.
Let me see.
To impeach someone, multiple people have to agree with it, bro. Like, who's gonna? If you guys even dare impeach Donald Trump, they know
Circumstances
what
would
outrage
vary.
that would have on the American people. Come on, that's not gonna happen.
I
bro.
guess I'm wrong. I'm pretty surprised
Yeah, we're
about
wrong.
Yeah, bro.
too.
Hey, bro, I told you what you.
that. What am I?
I ain't even gotta see it.
Wow, Russia even.
Hitler.
Yeah, Russia even. Yeah, Russia even said. yeah.
I don't know. I think it should be a bit
Hey,
stricter.
man, they're okay. And Hakeem, bro, like.
Yeah, we might be extreme.
What are you gonna
I'm
do?
not trying to be
buddy?
extreme. I just think it should be a bit stricter. Is all I'm saying. I think it makes more sense for people who are from America to make the rules in America. That's just what I say. Obviously, my education of the government isn't that great. Clearly.
Yeah, we just on here talking.
They say you
I'm
a
just
Take my
totalitarian.
opinion.
I mean, people said they agree with me. I just think like when we have
It's
people
not a
like
bad
this,
take, bro.
when we have people like this, and I personally don't think he's an American when I listen to him. He doesn't look like. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter what he looks like. It's just he's not born here. He spent 25 years in another country, and listen to him. He barely speaks English.
At the end of the day,
I mean, I gotta draw.
now we
line
have a lot of
somewhere.
them. That's a problem. At the end of the day, you have to something that to get actually to happen. It has to be a majority of something.
I mean,
to happen.
I guess him
It's just
him being in
representing
government is not a problem, but I definitely would never vote for a candidate like him ever.
Yeah, but
like,
I mean,
under no circumstance.
These are modern times. I know I'm going back in time, but like you look at something like the Indian tribes or like even on Avatar, they not gonna let nobody outsider come into their inside system of how they're running their tribe or anything. So that never happens. So I totally get that. But I mean, I guess these are the laws.
I just think our government should be full of Americans.
But to be strong as
but
possible.
I guess under the facts, he is an American.
But hey, that's why we have all these. That's why we got these checks and balances.
So
you
I
really
guess
can't get nothing
I
done.
guess I'm being a bit extreme.
Optics.
I guess I'm being a bit extreme. I'll admit that.
Hey,
But that
they
is
can't get
kind of
nothing
hard.
done.
But like, if you still show like loyalty to your past country, that's kind of a problem, though.
I don't think you should be able to
Del
have.
Mar's doing that.
I'll go as far and
That's
say
no
I don't think you should
problem.
have dual citizenship and be in the country.
I'd like to know if your guest knows what a Chinese maternity house is. They're houses where the Chinese government takes citizens that when they're in their 7th or 8th month, they ship them here for a month. They let them have their children. And then once they have their children, they take them back to China, where now they're U.S. citizens, but they're raised in China. They're loyal to China. We know they're doing it, but they're still getting away with it. And on the other one, with that 2-year-old kid, I noticed how when you read the thing that the daughter was from the 2-year-old, where the baby was here. We kept her here because the mother was from Tren de Agua. And why would we send a baby back with a mother like that? Thank you.
Well, I, with respect to the latter, it's just my opinion. A mother is still a mother. Can be a bad person, but still a mother. And unless they're engaging in active child abuse, she's still a mother. With respect to your first comment, yes, there is a birth tourism industry where people will pay to come to our shores in their 7th or 8th month of pregnancy when it's still relatively safe to travel, and they will then stay in hospitals until they give birth, and they will go back into their countries. And there are certainly evidence out there that there are some countries, it wouldn't surprise me if it was China, that are in fact sending people here to give birth so that at some point they can take those children who have been living back in China for many, many years and bring them back to the United States and then claim that that the people that are coming back to the United States are in fact U.S. citizens by dint of the fact that they were born on our shores. I believe it is exactly abuses like that among many that led President Trump to enter the executive order that he did.
That's what they say.
No
Yes,
dual
too.
citizenship and must be
That guy
born
sucks,
here.
bro. That's not happening. I don't even know what Hakeem's talking about. What's going to happen?
But
They're
if they
mad-
fall in the military, I'd say that's fair.
They're mad about these Democrat representatives being basically arrested and possibly charged. The one in Wisconsin that helped the immigrant escape, she just got actually indicted. So like, man, they're not playing, bro. They're literally not playing.
3 counts of misdemeanor domestic abuse in Milwaukee County back in March.
Let him go.
He was in Dugan's courtroom that morning of April the 18th for a hearing along with his lawyer. And she is accused of helping him evade arrest by federal ICE agents there. So that is the aim.
Yeah, so we get the gifs there, guys. She is getting indicted. That's pretty crazy.
I wonder what happened to the other judge that had the cartel member.
Oh, he's
in.
done. He's don't even. Yeah.
I'd like
and the
an update on
guns,
him too.
and the drugs. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
we do need an update on that. But these people, this is the question. What should happen to these people?
And has there been a response from Attorney General Pam Bondi? Is she looking into it? Is it likely? Can you give me the latest on that?
I can tell.
Or is it
I
just
can
saber
tell you
rattling?
that. I can tell you there's lots of video being reviewed. There are statements being taken from witnesses. So we'll see where the investigation leads. Wherever the investigation leads, that's what we decide what to do. But Alina Hobb will make the ultimate decision if anybody more is going to be prosecuted. I've seen the videos, and I think the Congress people that were there were extremely unprofessional. This is a facility. They've been screaming and yelling. We demand due process. We demand due process for illegal alien gang members, terrorists. And here's a facility that gives them that due process, and they want to shut it down. They want to prevent ICE from operating that facility. And when you force your way in a facility, when you cause chaos like this, it puts the officers at risk, the unarmed employees at risk. We got some bad people in that facility, and we got to maintain maximum security of that facility. So what happened there is extremely unprofessional by the part of the protesters and the members of Congress. And we'll see when the investigation comes out. If there's going to be additional criminal charges, not my decision. That will be all up to Alina Habba.
They were complaining about the hour it took. But hey, I said it was 13 members in the building. Maybe they say, okay, but you got some people outside, y'all watch here, y'all ain't got no gun. I don't know how they did it, but I mean, it probably took some time to figure that out with 13 terrorists in a facility. And they caused all this commotion when they could have, it
wasn't 13 terrorists.
Yes, it was 13, MS-13 people in there.
MS-13 is a terrorist group.
You said it was 13 of them.
It was 13 of them. They showed
I
that.
think it was just the MS-13 members, but 13 of them. I don't
It
know.
was 13 MS-13 members. That would be 13 terrorists.
13, 13, 13.
Yes, it was 13 of them in that building. And they did all this. What if they would have been fighting some people inside? I don't know, bro. Something crazy could have happened, bro.
I just don't understand what this is, what these protests are aiming to prove. Like, guys, what are we doing?
Anything to go against Trump.
The media this is all the media is doing.
Now we know Democrats are gonna be mad because they're gonna be like, "Oh, y'all are gonna charge them, but what? How y'all not gonna charge the people on J6?"
All they're doing is sending them home.
There you got charged. Like, be real. This is it on that level? Like
No.
the pushing and shoving that they were doing to get inside the facility?
No.
But I think about it, it was only a couple of them. Imagine if it was a whole protest of people out there and they see their Congress. So when you're promoting something like violence as a leader in America, you don't think this would lead into the people that are not elected officials and make them do stuff like this?
I'm not gonna compare both of them.
I'm not gonna compare both of them,
But I just know the J6ers was in there seeing that people desks taking paper off.
They
did smash a few windows.
They weren't tweaking actually.
Like, you gotta remember what was going on. Somebody got hit with that iron.
I'm not gonna lie. You're not supposed to be in the government
But some
building.
people did get
I-
escorted.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was
they did
escorted.
escort them.
These were a couple people though.
That's
Imagine if
all
it was
they did.
100.
People were escorted.
Imagine if it was 100.
Nobody got hit with that
The
iron.
fact that they were attacking the
I'm not
ICE
gonna say-
agents and no one was harmed, that's a blessing. They were
Oh,
attacking
yeah,
agents.
for sure. I'm not. Look,
And they didn't even get in the building.
Obviously, J6 was a way bigger situation because they could drag it on for 4 years. We can't even drag this on, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, this is a little bit of that.
It's going down the road.
And for elected officials, this is super bad.
Man, this is not as bad as the students taking over the campus. This is like 10 times less than that. This is like a slap on the wrist. They didn't even get past. They only get past the gate and didn't even get in the facility.
Bro, did you see the video?
They didn't touch
how much they were put. That was actually like a very strong altercation.
That's like pushing people in the line at a club. That wasn't that special.
No, it was not, bro.
Yes, it was.
But
No,
they're
it
trying
was
to
not.
arrest people and they were resisting arrest too.
They're tripping, bro.
I told you. It's like getting somebody out the club.
I'm gonna lie, I feel like the fact that no one was harmed is true. That's like, look at dude in the black, he's pushing the agent. What are you doing, bro? They gotta pull him back. He's like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you touching the agent, bro? You touch a cop like that, you're going down, bro. Let's be honest. You're tripping. This is bad. You're getting forceful. You're getting forceful with the agents, bro. Like, what y'all doing? Look at dude in the green. He got his arm wrapped up with the agent, bro.
This shit's
So
bad,
come
bro.
with us.
This is not that bad, bro.
This is bad, bro.
Yeah, it's bad.
They're pushing with the agents.
Not
Look at
obviously.
them. The agents are shoving them. They coming back, pushing back. Why is no one being maced?
No, I'm saying this is not that bad, bro.
Obviously,
This
J6
is
is
bad.
worse. I know that everybody knows that, but this is still bad.
This
though.
is bad.
This is like,
I mean, just because
it's getting there.
it's not on that scale doesn't make it as bad. Like not bad.
this is terrible.
It's bad.
Like this is a physical altercation.
But they just push people, you
Bro,
know.
Claiming to serve our
they're pushing
government.
law enforcement agents, bro.
They're doing their
You can't
job.
push. You cannot push cops like that.
I know,
You push a
but
cop-
my vision when I see some crazy. We saw Black Lives Matter. We seen, the universities getting taken over. We've seen all type of shit.
This is equal to that in my opinion.
No, it's not.
It is, bro.
There's no tear gas. There's no nothing.
The fact that there's no tear gas is surprising to me.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
They're pushing the agents. They're physically interacting with the agents. What are you talking about?
They're
It's not
pushing
that
them
bad.
back.
All right,
Okay,
bro.
obviously
Whatever.
stuff
I'm not finna argue with you. You
stuff
think what you
isn't
think. I
getting
think what I think.
Lit
That's
on
what
fire,
it is.
obviously. Yeah,
That's what it is. This is
J6
bad
was
to me.
bad. Windows were broke. Stuff like that. But this is.
I think just because it's not on that scale doesn't make it less bad to me. It's all bad.
Imagine if the roles was reversed, though.
In what way?
These were Republicans doing something like this.
I don't think we're gonna see Republicans do some crazy.
Okay,
shit.
but like if it was, I think they would be blowing this up. Oh my gosh, Republican attack, law enforcement. Okay, I said what I said. This is bad.
Should they be prosecuted?
I mean, who's going to get prosecuted for this? There's one arrest.
You
It was
push the
mayor.
cop.
He's
and
free.
Resisting arrest.
The mayor is free.
Obstruction.
No one's getting prosecuted.
Obstruction of justice.
No one's getting prosecuted. They pushed him. They got away with it. We live to see another day. Do I think this is a bad situation? Yes, because this could have escalated. If the agents would have started slamming people, I feel like they would have been within their rights.
But as a
Based
person
on what
that,
I just
a
saw.
person that's like high in government and you're going against something like it might be.
I
Something
mean, they're putting their constituents in harm's way. The constituents are trying to stand up for their elected representatives who they think are representing their interests. If someone would have got harmed by these officers in their defense of this facility, I think they would have been within their right. I think the officials are wrong for doing this. This is not the way they should have behaved. They shouldn't have put their voters and these protesters in this way.
Step down. I think that's a good
They're
option.
not going to step down.
I think that's a good
Well, that's not going to happen.
conclusion.
So
I
it's
think
not
that's
gonna happen.
because this right here, this is step down worthy.
It's literally not going to happen. Be for real.
Maybe you shouldn't go to jail for sure. You should. I don't think you should go to jail for it.
Nothing's gonna happen. We're gonna live and see another day. If it happens again, the agents start macing people. I think they're within their
They
right.
definitely gotta show people that they shouldn't be able to do this. But
Well,
this on the same level as Jamal pulling the fire alarm.
all right. It's definitely way past that.
I mean,
This
that's
is like the
different.
college.
That's different.
The college.
This is
protests.
equal to the college protest.
College protests.
Yes, bro. I'm not finna just. We're not finna go over the semantics.
I mean,
Knee
that's what
pads
I'm
and
talking
lotion.
I think this is equal to that.
People are being indicted though, y'all. So hey,
I don't think anybody from this is getting indicted.
yeah,
No one
Let
was
us know.
arrested.
Let us know. I don't know. Let us know what y'all think in the comments, guys.